Hey, this is Kevin Koenig, Senior Editor with Power and Motoryacht Magazine. I'm in the beautiful windy city of Chicago, Illinois right now on board the Grand Banks Eastbay 46 with the Flybridge. Its name is Phoenix, and this is its owner, Dan Mccormack.
Hi there.
How are you, Dan?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for having me aboard today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
All right, great. Let's talk a little bit about your boat.
Okay.
I understand that there's a story behind the reason this boat is named Phoenix.
There is. Yeah, we've had actually two Grand Banks prior to this boat. We had a 36, and then we moved up to a 46 trawler. And a year ago, Memorial Day, somebody had broken in and trashed the boat, ended up firing a flare gun into the cabin. And
a flare gun?
Set the boat on fire, and it was destroyed. So all of a sudden we were quickly without a boat, and we were quite attached to that boat.
Wow. And that was about a year and change?
Yeah, right. It was not this past Memorial Day, but a year ago, so about a year and 2 months.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you were boatless for a little bit over a year?
Right, exactly. So.
And when did you start thinking about getting this boat?
Well, we had looked at Eastbays in the past. We've always liked the brand. We love Grand Banks, and we like the Eastbay too. And we started thinking maybe in the future, when it was more just Jill and I and less family and kids, just a few friends or one or two kids, we would get an Eastbay and then have a little better speed and a little less space to live aboard than the trawler. So we started looking, and we saw that the 46 Flybridge was listed on their website, but they had never built one, and then there was no immediate plans to go into production. So we started talking to Russ Hack from Bay Marine, and then he talked to Grand Banks, and then they agreed to make the first Flybridge.
Gotcha.
And then we thought about names, and we went round and round trying to come up with a name linked to our old boat or something else, and so we finally kept coming back to the Phoenix, rising from the ashes of its predecessor, and so it kind of keeps a memory of Lucerne with us as well.
Excellent. What are your favorite things about this boat? What do you like about it?
Well, we've had it about 2 months now, so I'm still learning the boat, but I love the looks, I love the lines of the boat, especially not having seen one in the water before with a Flybridge.
Right.
We've been on the hardtop, so I was very pleased when it came, and we got to it all worked out beautifully as far as the looks and functionality. Secondly, the handling of having the pods and a planing hull now is kind of new to me, because I've been on trawlers for the last probably 11 years, 12 years, and so I love the handling. And
was there anything sticky for you switching from straight shafts?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the first few times they came in, I'm used to having separate gears and throttles and thrusters, and so when the wind starts to take you start to blow a little bit. I knew what to do, and then now it was a little different. The first time I started to pull out of the channel, I wasn't used to having the throttles and the gears together, and so I would just push the gear all the way forward, just so I'm in full forward gear instead of I goosed it. So that was a quick reminder, and then I started playing more with the joystick, and at first it was a little awkward because I was used to using the thrusters and the gears, but within a couple weeks I learned it, and I find it's actually much easier docking and wind or drift or current with the joystick is more responsive.
It's a steep learning curve once again.
Yeah. They say sometimes people just getting a brand new boat are more adapting to it than people who've driven the older traditional boats before switching. So it's been great. I really love it now.
Great. And I can't help but notice all the beautiful teak on board this boat. You can't really maybe see it in the screenshot, but there's teak everywhere, drenched in teak outside the interior is. Yeah,
they offered a few options. We actually added even a few more. They hadn't done that. We did teak decks instead of all grip on all the decks on the bow and the back and on the Flybridge as well. And they have a beautiful teak varnished tow rail that goes around the bow and all the way back to the end of the cabin. But around the cockpit, they had regular fiberglass coaming or just the handrails. And so we inquired whether they could continue that and surround the cockpit with that teak too, and they agreed to do that. And so that really, I think, added a lot to the look of it as well.
Worked out really well.
Yeah. So I think we would have been sailors in another life, but we've been power boaters with extra teeth.
Big engines.
And big engines.
600 horsepower.
And I can get home
didn't want the 550.
I had to go for the 600.
Well, that's great. So, I had a great time today. Thanks for having me aboard.
Thank you for coming. It's been a wonderful experience.
Take care.
Thank you.
This is Kevin Koenig with Power and Motoryacht Magazine signing off from Chicago, Illinois.